ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are in this sixth prashna of Prashnopanishad, the sixth question in the Prashnopanishad, and we are seeing the Bhashyam. Most probably today we will complete the Bhashyam of this particular mantra 6-2 mantra number 6-2, and the discussion is mostly between these Vainashikas and the Vedantins. And then the Vainashika wants to say, because the Vainashikas, they say that Jnanam is again momentary in nature, so he wants to say that Jnanam, according to you also, I mean you should also accept that Jnanam is something which is which comes and goes. It is not something which is avyabhichari. Whereas Vedantins hold that Jnanam is something which is avyabhichari, it is always there. Jnayam may change, but Jnanam is always there. Jnayam may be inconstant, but Jnanam is always constant. So that is what we have seen. And in the last class, the last line we read was, Yada hi sarvam jnayam kasyachit tada tad vyatiriktam jnanam jnayameva iti dvitiyo vibhaga eva abhyupagamyate avainashikaihi nat trutiyaha tad vishayaha ityanavasthanupapattihi. So the Purva Pakshi was trying to say that Jnanam also becomes Jnayam, because normally we say that, okay, I know this, I know that. Normally that something which is known to us, we say it is known to me. So known how? That means the knowledge of something is known to you by some other knowledge. So Jnanam also becomes Jnayam. Jnanam becomes Jnayam to some second knowledge. And this second knowledge will also become Jnayam to a third knowledge. This third knowledge will become Jnayam to another fourth knowledge. So like that there will be a sort of infinite regress. So that is what he was trying to say. And then Siddhanti said, no, it is not correct. That is already been decided. We have already told, Nahitat Siddham Mrutameva Ujjivaitum. So it is like trying to wake up something which is already dead. It is already, that issue is dead and gone. It is already buried. You can't say bring it back to life. So that is what he said. And Yadahi Jnaya Sarvam Jnayam Kasyachit. In the Jnayam category, the whole universe is there. This whole universe is Jnayam, isn't it? When that is known to the Jnanam, so okay, that may be some type of Vritti Rupa Jnanam. So you can make a fine distinction between some Vritti Rupa Jnanam and Samanya Jnanam, Jnana Shuddha Chaitanyam. So Shuddha Chaitanyam is very much there in the same, in some other form. Vritti Rupa Jnanam also is another form of Chaitanyam only. It is not some other Jnanam, it is not Jnanantaram. If at all you want to make a distinction, you can make a slight, fine distinction between the Vritti Rupa Jnanam and contentless consciousness, as nowadays we say. Contentless consciousness is where there is no Jnata, Jnayam, Shuddha Jnanam. So that sort of distinction you can make, but it is all Jnanam only. It is nothing different from consciousness. So, Yadahi Sarvam Jnayam Kasyachit. Kasyachit means Kasyachit Jnanasya. For some Jnanam, everything is Jnayam. And then Tada Tad Vyatiriktam Jnanam. That Jnayasya Vyatiriktam Jnanam. Jnanam is something which is totally different from that Jnayam. So only two categories can be made. One is Jnayam and the Jnanam. There cannot be a third category, and no third category is accepted by any other person apart from the Vainashika. Apart from you, nobody else has accepted any other category, and what you say doesn't stand to reason. Na trutiyasya tad vishaya iti anavastha anupapattihi. So that anavastha is that infinite regress. It is not there in our case. So then again he wants to pursue, this Purva Pakshi wants to still pursue. So let us read. ज्ञानस्य स्वेनैव अविज्ञेयत्वे
ज्ञानस्य
स्वेनैव
ज्ञानस्य स्वेनैव अविज्ञेयत्वे
सर्वज्ञत्वहानिः इति चेत्
सर्वज्ञत्वहानिः इति चेत्
सोऽपि दोषः तस्यैवास्तु
सोऽपि दोषः
तस्यैव फॉर हिम ओनली तस्यैवास्तु किं तन्निबर्हणेन अस्माकं
किं तन्निबर्हणेन अस्माकम्
अनवस्था दोषश्च ज्ञानस्य ज्ञेयत्वाभ्युपगमात् अवश्यं च वैनाशिकानां ज्ञानं ज्ञेयम् स्वात्मना च अविज्ञेयत्वेन अनवस्था अनिवार्या so this anavastha, this problem or defect of infinite regress is only in your case and not in our case. So that is the sum and substance of this. So the Purvapakshi's question is Jnanasya svenaiva avigneyatve. If Jnanam is not able to cognize itself, if Jnanam is not able to know itself, so then Sarvajñatva hanihi. According to you, you say that there is a Brahma and that Brahma is a Sarvajñam. Brahman, Vedantins say that Brahma is something which is Sarvajñam. So Sarvajña of course is explained in two ways. When you are referring to Hiranyagarbha level Brahma, Sarvam Janati iti Sarvajñaha, we refer to that. And Sarvasya, that Gnescha iti Sarvajñam. So that is the supreme consciousness. That is infinite. Sarvaha means that is infinite. Gnescha. Gnescha means that is Jnapti Swarupam, Jnana Swarupam, when you are referring to that supreme consciousness. So that way, Sarvajñatvam, we are saying that Brahma is Sarvajña. So here Purvapaksha says, okay, you are saying that Brahma is Sarvajña. When Jnanam is not accepted, Jnanam is not known to this gentleman, how can he be called Sarvajña? Some sort of perverted argument. When Jnanam is not known to this person, he knows all other Jnayams, but Jnanam itself is not known, then how can he be called Sarvajña? So that is what he says. Sopi doshaha tasyaivastu. Let that defect be there with him only, because we are accepting only two categories. We have not accepted a third category. Sopi doshaha, that particular dosha or defect, tasyaivastu. It is for him only. It is his dosha only. Kim tan nibarhanena asmakam. Where is the need for us to fight it, to demolish it? Tan nibarhanena. Nibarhanam means to destroy, to demolish. Nibarhanam. If you have read Ramayanam, the first few lines, Sriman Shatrunibarhanaha Vipulamso Mahabahu, there is a description of Rama in the very first passage of Ramayana. There, Sriman Shatrunibarhanaha, Shatrunibarhanaha, Shatrunam Nibarhanaha, that is the destroyer of the enemies. So Nibarhanam means destroying. So here of course it is not destroying, something demolishing the argument. So that is it. Kim tan nibarhanena asmakam, where is the need for us to demolish that particular argument, because that argument, let it stay with him. let that thing to stay with him. Anavastha doshasya, even that defect of anavastha is with him only, because jnanasya jnayatva abhyupagamat. Because he is accepting jnanasya jnayatvam. He is saying that jnanam is also jnayam. Vainashika is saying that jnanam also is jnayam, to a second knowledge. So when he says like that jnanasya jnayatvam is accepted by him, then anavastha is with him only and not for us. So that is what Siddhanti says. Jnayatva abhyapagamat. Then avasyam cha vainashikanam jnanam jnayam. Definitely they say, their contention, their Siddhanta is that jnanam is jnayam. So then swatmana cha avijnayatvena. Swatmana cha avijnayatvena. And if it is not known by itself, then again that anavastha is anivarya. Anivarya means it is something which is inescapable. Anivarya. Anivaraitum shakya. That is, it is that anavastha also is inescapable. So that is where this whole discussion, of course, there is one more line from this Vainashika. Samana evayam doshaha iti chet na.
Samana evayam doshaha iti chet na.
Ayam doshaha samanaha. Means, suppose you and I, we are arguing. When we are discussing something, you and me both are having a false assumption. That false assumption is common to both you and me. So that is that samana dosha. When two people are arguing, if the dosha is there in both of them, then one fellow will say, okay, this defect is common to both of us. So then that is what he is saying. Samana eva ayam doshaha. This dosha is common to both of us. Iti chetana. Why is he saying that? Because in the normal parlance, because this is of course Shankaracharya has not elaborated, but Anandagiri has elaborated. Anandagiri has elaborated saying that Jnanasya Ajnayatve tad vyavahara siddhihi. Where is that word vyavahara? Jnanasya ekatvopapatteh. Yeah, you see, siddham hi swatmano hi. 1 second. ज्ञानस्य अज्ञेयत्वे तद् व्यवहार असिद्धिः ज्ञानांतर ज्ञेयत्वेश अनवस्था तवापि स्यादिति शंकते समान एव इति. So there the point is, what he says is, in all our normal transactions, whenever we say I have this knowledge of, say, physics, I have knowledge of chemistry, I have knowledge of this, I have knowledge of that. So in all normal transactions we use the expression I have this knowledge, I know this, I have this knowledge. So that vyavahara will not be possible, that sort of transaction will not be possible. So that is the point here. That sort of, in our normal transactions, we use that expression, that we know this, I know I have knowledge of this, I have knowledge of this. So that is what. So why he is saying this is, jnanam is also known. If you don't say like that, if you don't say that jnanam also is known, your daily, your normal transaction, even that normal transaction will not be possible. In all our normal, talk, we say, I know this, I know that. So that is what is the meaning. Then Shankaracharya, of course, he is not explaining that. Anandagiri only has explained, Swavyavahara siddhehe, Swavyavahara siddhehe, jnana bhedasyaiva asmabhihi anangikarad anavastha prasaktireva nasti iti variharati na jnanasya iti. So he says, Jnanasya ekatvopapatteh. Let us read. So that sort of problem will not arise with us because Jnanasya ekatvopapatteh. Because we have accepted the oneness of Jnanam. You are accepting that there is one Jnanam that is known by another Jnanam, that is known by another Jnanam, etc. Whereas we have accepted only one Jnanam. The distinction can only be made of Vritti Jnanam. For example, Ghatakara Vritti. So it is some Lekinyakara Vritti, etc. That Vritti Jnanam can be there, but not, then the very Jnana Swarupa is not changing. The very nature of consciousness, the very nature of knowledge is not changing. So that is the point here. Ekatva anupapattehe. Now he is explaining. Shankaracharya is now saying, Sarvadeshakala Purushadhyavastham Ekameva Jnanam Nama Rupadhyanekopadi Bhedat Savitradi Jaladi Pratibimbavat Anekadha Avabhasate iti Anekadha Nasau doshaha. Okay. Now what is this Jnanam? This Jnanam is something Sarva Desha Kala Purushadhyavastham. This knowledge is something which is manifesting as what? As Sarva Desha. It is the Desha, Kala, these two are the parameters which we talk about, isn't it? Desha Parichinna, Kala Parichinna, and Vyakti Parichinna, Vastu Parichinna. So here he is talking about that. It is beyond all that. Sarva Desha. In all, whatever desha or whatever place or whatever place or space you visualize, Chaitanyam is very much there. Sarva desha avachinnam. Then sarva kala avachinnam. Sarva vastu avachinnam. Sarva vastu, instead of vastu it is said sarva purusha. Purusha, it doesn't matter, vastu you can say. So sarva desha avachinnam, sarva kala avachinnam, sarva vastu avachinnam or sarva purusha avachinnam. That is, he is just, Shankaracharya is using the word avachinna. Avachinna, he has not used the word avastham, he said. For that avastham, the notes they have given is avachinnamiti yavat. So that is the notes it is. So Shankaracharya has thrown some seeds here and there about this avachedavada and pratibimbavada, which was later, it was developed into a very big thesis by later people. One somebody talking about abhasavada, somebody talking about pratibimbavada, etc., etc. Shankaracharya himself just throws some seeds, throws those ideas. So, Sarva Deshakala Purushadyavastham, that is, this consciousness is something which is associated with Sarva Desha. That is, it is beyond the concept of space, beyond the concept of time, because time is only a manifestation in that. What we see in that Dakshinamurti Shlokam, what is that Shloka? Kalam is something which is a manifestation in that Chaitanya only. Then again, all Vastu, whatever you see, it is something which is a manifestation in that only. So that particular Ekameva Jnanam, that one particular knowledge or one thing, Nama Rupadhyaneka Upadhi Bhedat. So all these differences which we see is Nama Rupadi Upadhi Bhedat. Upadhi, you know. Upadhi is something which is a delimiting thing. So delimiting factor. With all these delimiting factors called names and forms, then how he is giving an example. Savitradi Jaladi Pratibimbavat. Savitradi, sun, etc. Reflecting in water, etc. So for sun you use some other thing, for water you use some other thing, it doesn't matter, but the point is Pratibimba. So Shankaracharya is using both this Avacheda and also Pratibimba in this particular sentence. Sarvadeshakala Avachinnam, there he said Avacheda. That is Purushadhi Avastham. Avastham is that which is existing in that. As Shankaracharya's word exactly is Avastham. Avastham is that which is existing in that. That is Avastham is Avachinnam in that. Then he is also Upadhi Bhedat. Like this Pratibimbavat, it is Anekadha Avabhasate. Anekadha in several ways, in multitudinous ways. Multitudinous ways, Avabhasate, it is manifest, it is appearing. It is, Shankaracharya never uses the word it is becoming or it is Avabhasate, it is just appearing. So that is why na asau doshaha. So that defect of anavastha, that defect of anavastha cannot be attributed to us. Tatacha iha idamuchyate. So now that argument with that gentleman is over. That Vainashika gentleman, that argument is now over. So now he says Tatacha. So for that reason only, Tathacha in the same line, in the same vein, Cha iha idam uchyate. Iha means here in this text, idam uchyate. This is now being told. What? All the pranadi kalas are now being told. You see, the Sarvadesha Kala Purushavastham, that is what it is, isn't it? As it has been said, as the consciousness is of that nature, that is what it is now being told, that Purusha is appearing as so many. That Purusha is the cause for all these kalas. Kalas means parts, limbs, facets. Facet seems to be a better word. F-A-C-T, facet. Kalas, limb, kala again, limb again looks like a limb. Then part is again something, facet seems to be a slightly better word, like some phases of the moon. You have got 15 phases of the moon. That phase again, it gives a meaning like stages. Instead of stages, you can say facets, you can say. So this 16 facets, all those things, tathacha iha idam uchyate. All this idam, what is this idam? Idam is the manifestation of all the kalas. The manifestation of all these kalas, it is now being told here. Anandagiri writes, Chaitanyasya nityatvena adhishtanatve sati. Chaitanyam is something which is nityam. Adhishtanatve sati. And it is actually acting as an adhishtanam. Adhishtanam means it is the substratum. It is the base on which all these things are appearing. It is some of our modern teachers, they compare it with a silver screen. When you go to a movie hall, our modern teachers, they compare it with the silver screen, the screen on which all these lights appear and disappear. Screen never changes. So adhishtanam is that. So nityatvena adhishtanatve sati iha shrutau idam kalanam adhyaropanam uchyate. So that is what he is, Anandagiri is further explaining. Iha idam uchyate means here it is being told. What is being told? This adhyaropa of all these things in that Supreme Purusha, which itself is Nishkala. So that Supreme Purusha is Nishkala, and in that Nishkala Purusha, all this Adhyaropa of so many kalas is taking place. So that is the meaning of it. So now another question, not by Vainashika, a general question. Nanu Shrutehe ihaiva antasharire
इहैव अन्तःशरीरे
परिच्छिन्नः कुण्डबदरवत् पुरुषः इति.
परिच्छिन्नः कुण्डबदरवत् पुरुषः इति.
Because of this Shruti, Shrutehe means because of this Shruti, what ihaiva antasharire, ihaiva here itself, antasharire in the body. So because of this Shruti, it appears that this Purusha Kundabadaravat Parichinnah, Kundabadaravat means Kunde Badaravat. In a pot, you have put some berries. You have put some berries. Kunda Badara Nyaya. Kunda Badara Nyaya means in that kunda or pot, there are some berries. Berries in the pot. The analogy of berries in the pot. On the analogy of berries in the pot, the Shruti is saying that in this body, this Purusha is existing as though Parichinna, as though delimited. So then, how do you explain it? So that is the question. Iti na pranadi kala karanatvat.
प्राणादि कला कारणत्वात्
नहि शरीरमात्र परिच्छिन्नस्य
न हि शरीरमात्र परिच्छिन्नस्य
प्राणश्रद्धादीनां कलानां कारणत्वं प्रतिपत्तुं शक्नुयात्.
प्राणस्य श्रद्धादीनां कलानां कारणत्वं प्रतिपत्तुं वक्तुं शक्नुयात्.
प्रतिपत्तुं वक्तुं also is there. It doesn't matter. Pratipattum shaknuyat. Okay. The Siddhanti says, no, it is not like that. Pranadi kala karanatvat. Ihaiva antasharira. Okay, that statement is there. But the Shruti also is saying that that Supreme Purusha is the karanam for all these pranadi kalas. For all these facets called prana, shraddha. Then after that the 5 indriyas. Then 5 gnana, pancha, 5 karmendriyas. And again mind, all these things they are going to say name, ending with name. So there are 16 things which are going to be told in the next 4th mantra, I think. So there, in the 4th mantra. So there, the point about why it is saying is that, one second, Shariramatra Parichinnasya Pranadi Kala Karanatvat. Why it is saying is that this Purusha is the Karanam for all these things. From that Purusha only they are appearing. So that is what is being told. Then, Nahi Shariramatra Parichinnasya. If it were to be just confined in the body itself, Shariramatra Parichinnasya. If that Purusha, Shariramatra Parichinnasya Purushasya, if that Purusha were to be confined to the body itself, that is the meaning. If that is so, Pranashraddhadinam Kalanam Karanatvam Nati Navaktum Shakyate. That is, you can't say that that Purusha is the Karanam for this Prana and all these other Kalas. If it is only something which is confined to the body, then you can't say that that particular Purusha is not, is the Karanam for all these Pranadi Kalas. It is very simple logic only. It is not something which is confined to this body, it is something which is all pervading, and that is the cause for all these pranadi kalas. So that is the point. Ultimately he is going to say that Ihaivanta Sharire does not mean that he is there confined in the body. That is the Upalabdhi Sthanam. That is where you can cognize, that is where one can realize. If it is there in this body, in this mind only, you can realize. With this mind only, with this you can realize. So that is what he is going to say. Then kala karyatvacha sharirasya nahi purushakaryanam kalanam karyam sat shariram karana karanam swasya purusham kundabadarameva abhyantari kuryat. So this is again a simple logic only. That is, who is this Purusha? Shariram. What is this Shariram? Shariram is the cause, effect. Shariram is the effect of what? Shariram is the effect of Kalas. Kalas are the effect of Purusha. In other words, Purusha is the Karanam for Kalas, and Kalas are the Karanam for Shariram. Is it clear? Purusha is the Karanam for Kalas, from him they originate, and Kalas are the Karanam for this Sharira. From Kalas only this body, all this thing, body has come into existence. So how can it be said that this Karyam, this second level Karyam, there is first level Karyam is one, there is a second level Karyam, first level Karyam is Kalasa, the second level Karyam is Sharira. How can this second level Karyam say enclose that Karanam? Karanam of that its own Karanam is Kala. And Karanam is that, Purusha. How can the second level Karanam enclose the Karanam? Its Karanam is Kala, Karana Karanam is Purusha. How can it enclose that Purusha? So that is the meaning here. Nahi Purusha Karyanam Kalanam Karyam Sat Shariram. That is Shariram being. Karyam Sat means being the effect. Karyam Sat means being the effect of what? Purusha Karyanam Kalanam. It is the effect of kalas which are the Purusha Karyas. Which are the Karya with respect to Purusha. Which are the effects which with respect to Purusha. So, Sharira, the body, the status of the body is like that. When that is so, Karana Karanam Swasya. That is Swasya, you can bring it to beginning. Swasya Karana Karanam. Swasya Karana Karanam Purusham. So you can connect it like that. Swasya Karana Karanam Purusham. That is its own Karana Karanam. Karanam is Kala, Karana Karanam is Purusha. Karana Karanam Purusham. How can it enclose it like say berries in a pot? Kunda Badaravat Abhyantari Kuryat. Abhyantari Kuryat means Abhyantaram is inside. Abhyantari Karanam is putting it inside, enclosing it. Then another small question tag is there. Bijadivat syaditi chet.
Bija vrukshadivat syaditi chet.
Yeah, that is better. Bijadivat is not very clear. Bija vrukshadivat is better. Yatha bijakaryam vrukshaha.
Yatha bijakaryah vrukshaha.
Karyam.
Karyam vrukshaha.
Tat karyancha phalam.
Tat karyancha phalam.
Swakarana karanam bijam abhyantari karoti amradi.
स्वकारणकारणं बीजम् अभ्यन्तरीकरोति आम्रादि
तद्वत् पुरुषम् अभ्यन्तरीकुर्यात् शरीरं
पुरुषम् अभ्यन्तरीकुर्यात् शरीरं
स्वकारणकारणमपि इति चेत् न.
स्वकारणकारणमपि इति चेत् न.
So the Purvapakshi is giving a small example, day-to-day example. You see there is a tree. The cause for that tree, what is the cause for that tree? A seed. For a tree, the cause is a seed. And from the tree, you are getting again subsequently fruits, and in those fruits again there are seeds. So this particular seed or this particular phalam, not seed, this particular phalam, with respect to phalam, what is the cause? Tree. With respect to tree, what is the cause? Seed. So this phalam is enclosing the seed. Swakarana Karanam Abhyantari Karoti. Some silly argument. Swakarana Karanam Abhyantari Karoti. See, seed is the cause for Vruksha. If I take Vruksha as the basis. For Vruksha, the Karanam is seed. Vruksha is also giving fruit. And in that fruit again there is a seed contained in it. So this fruit is having in its belly Karana Karanam. That is Bijam. So that is the point here. So, yatha bijakaryam vrukshaha, that is vruksha is bijakaryam. Then again, tatkaryancha phalam, that is vrukshasya karyam phalam. Then again, swakarana karanam bijam abhyantari karoti. It is enclosing the bijam, which is swakarana karanam. Iti che amradi, like in the case of mango, etc. Amra is mango, amradi. Tadvat, likewise, this Purusha can also be enclosed by this Jiva, Swakarana Karanam. Why not? So something like that. Swakarana Karanam api iti chet na. So the reply is Anyatvat Savayavatvacha.
Anyatvat Savayavatvacha.
Anyatvat, because in this particular case, the seed is totally different. For this Anyatvat, again Shankaracharya has simply mentioned Anyatvat. Anandagiri again says, the seed which is there, the seed which is the cause for that vruksha is different from the seed which is there in the fruit, seeds which are there in the fruits. So it is not the same seed. And savayava also, with the seed, tree, etc., these are all savayava. But in the case of Purusha, Purusha is niravayava. Purusha is niravayava, and this sharira is savayavi. How can this savayavi means limited.
Yes.
Savayavi, anything which is savayavi is limited. Niravayavi, there is only one Niravayavi, that is Brahma. Niravayavi means infinite. There is only one infinite, which is Brahma. And if that the Brahman which is Niravayavi, how can this Savayavi enclose it? So that is what is going to say. Anyatvat Savayavatvacha. Because in this Drushtanta, in this illustration, the seed which is the cause for this Vruksha is different from the seeds which are there in the fruits. That is the point. Anyatvat Savayavatvacha, because it is something which are having all limited. These are all delimited. Then Drishtante
दृष्टान्ते
Karanabijat Vrukshapala Samvruttani Anyaneva Bijani
कारणबीजात् वृक्षफलसंवृत्तानि अन्यान्येव बीजानि
Darstantiketu
दाष्ट्रान्तिकेतु
स्वकारणकारणभूतः स एव पुरुषः
स्वकारणकारणभूतः स एव पुरुषः
शरीरे अभ्यन्तरीकृतः श्रूयते.
शरीरे अभ्यन्तरीकृतः श्रूयते.
Okay, so he says Drishtante in this illustration. In the illustration, what is there? Karana bijat vrukshaphala samvruttani anyanyeva bijani. So this Karana bijam is something is there. From that, the other bijas, they are totally different. They are totally different from this Karana bijam. What are the other seeds? Vrukshaphala samvruttani anyanyeva bijani. Vrukshaphala samvruttani. Those which are derived or extracted from the vrukshaphalam. The tree, the fruits from that particular tree, and the seeds which you take out from those fruits, they are totally different from the Karana bijam. Karana bijam is something dead and gone. It has now transformed into a tree. So then, Darshtantika means the point which is illustrated. Drishtanta, Darshtantika. Drishtanta is illustration. Darshtantikam is the point which is illustrated. So what is the point which is illustrated? Sharira and Purusha. This is the point, analogy which is illustrated. That is the point. Dashtantike Swakarana Karana Bhutaha. Who is the Swakarana Karana Bhutaha? The same Purusha. Purusha is one and one only. The same Purusha, how can he be Sharira Abhyantarikutaha? Abhyantarikutaha Shruyate. Now Shruti says Abhyantarikutaha, it is in this body. So we have to explain it in some way. That is, the explanation is still due. Sakarana, Swakarana Karani Bhutaha Sayeva Purushaha, the same Purusha, is said to have been enclosed, is said to have been contained in the body. Then Bija Vrukshadinam Savayavatvacha Syad Adhara Adheyatvam.
Syad Adhara Adheyatvam.
Okay. Niravayavascha Purushaha
Niravayavascha Purushaha
Savayavascha Kalaha Shariramcha.
So
he is further explaining. Bija Vrukshadinam Savayavatvacha. So this Bija and Vruksha, these are all Savayavi. These are all things which have so many limbs, parts, etc. There is a definite Nama, Rupa, there is a size, etc., etc. So for them, there is Adhara, Adheya Bhavam. Adhara means a support. Adheya means something which is supported. So in this particular case, Adhara is something like a pot. Adheya is the something which is there in the pot. So it is something which is a container and the contained. Adhara is the container or the enclosure, let us say, and the thing is enclosed. And the encloser and the enclosed, let us say. Enclosure, you can say like that, or container and the contained, you can say. So Adhara, Adheya Bhava. So that sort of relationship, the relationship of Adhara Adheya, that relationship of container contained is possible in the case of the Savayava things, but not in the case of Niravayava thing. Niravayavascha Purushaha. This Purusha is something which is Niravayava, that is, which is infinite in nature. Savayavascha Kalaha. All these Kalaha are again Savayavaha. All these Kalaha are Savayavaha. Then Shariramcha, and also the Shariram. Shariram also is Savayavam only. Then Yetena Akashasyapi Sharirādhāratvam Anupapannam Kimuta Akashakaranasya Purushasya Tasmad Asamano Dushtantaha. So this parallel, this sort of analogy, this Drishtanta, this illustration or analogy is something which is asamana, which is not correct in nature. You see, you can, whenever you are giving some sort of parallel or some sort of simile type of thing, there should be some sort of similarity. Without similarity, how can you draw that? Dissimilar things you can't compare. Only some similar things, there should be some similarity. So, etena means by this. For this etena also, Anandagiri is writing something. Etena. Okay, Anandagiri further writes that this Akasha, this Sharira is something Chidradi Vishistasya Shariratvat, he says. This Akasha is said to be there in the body, not as though the whole Akasha is there in the body. Hridaya Akasha, we say that Hridaya Akasha. Hridaya Akasha, Akasha he is said to be there in the body. How is it? Then Anandagiri says, I will read out the whole line. Nanu Akashakarya Sharire. Akashakarya Sharire means in the Sharira which is the Karyam with respect to Akasha. You follow?
Yes.
Sharira which is Karyam with respect to Akasha. Akashasya Aparichannasya Abhyantari Bhavo Dushtaha. Akasha is Aparichanna. But then Shruti is saying that Akasha is there in the heart. Abhyantari Bhava Dushtaha. Iti Ashankya Tasyapi Sharirakarena Avasthanameva. This Sharirakara Avasthanameva Chidradi Visishtasyaiva Shariratvat. Because this body is having so many holes. Like this kunda, like this pot. Suppose in the pot there is Akasha. And when the pot is broken, the Akasha is not affected. Even when the pot is there, the Akasha is not affected. Similarly, the Hridaya Akasha, if Akasha is said to be there in the heart, Hridaya Akasha, it has nothing to, it is not going to affect the nature of Akasha. It is there, the Sharira is there with so many holes. So that is what he is explaining. So that is why he says, Yetena, for the word Yetena, he is giving so much of explanation. Yetena, Akashasyapi Sharira Adharatvam Anupapannam. So, you can't even say that Akasha, you can't say that Shariram is the Adharam for Akasha. Only in a figurative way, in a manner of speaking, you are saying that Akasha is there in the Surdaya Guha. But then, really, the Sharira cannot be the Adharam. Shariram cannot be the container for Akasham. And Purusha is beyond Akasham. When the Sharira is not able to contain Akasham itself, then what to talk of Purusha? How can you say that it can contain its Karanam, that is Purusha, Akashasya Karanam, that is Purusha? That is the point here. Akashasyapi Shariradharatvam Anupapannam. Even for Akasha, Akashasyapi, you have to see the tone also. Even for this Akasha, you can't say that it is there in the Sharira. When that is so, Kimuta. Kimuta means what to say of? Kaimutika Nyayam you must have heard. Kaimutika Nyayam means you are not able to eat one idli. Somebody is giving you 10 idlis. So, what you are not able to eat one, what to talk of 10? So, that is Kaimutika Nyayam. So, Kimuta Akashakaranasya Purushasya. This Purusha is Akashakaranam. That is, he is the cause for the Akasha also. Then how can this Sharira, this small silly Sharira, enclose that Purusha? So tasmad asamano tushranta. Therefore, it is something which is, it is not correct. You can say only Shariravacchinna Akasha, that is a different thing. But Akasha, the whole Akasha is enclosed, you cannot say. Then the Purvapakshi again says, why? Because the Shruti is saying so. How are you going to explain the Shruti? He is asking like that. Kim drushtantena vachanat syad iti chetna.
Kim drishtantena vachanat syad iti chetna.
Kim drishtantena. Okay, you say that our example is wrong. But then vachanat syat. Vachanat means Shruti vachanat. Because the Shruti itself is saying, I am not saying, the Shruti is saying. The Shruti is saying, Ihaiva, Antasharira, etc. How are you going to explain it? Iti chet. No, it is not like that. Vachanasya akarakatvat.
Vachanasya akarakatvat.
Nahi vachanam
Nahi vachanam
vastunaha anyathakarane vyapriyate.
Vastunaha anyathakarane vyapriyate.
Kim tarhi
Kim tarhi
yathabhutarthavadyotane.
Yathabhutarthavadyotane.
Okay, yathabhuta artha avadyotane. Okay. So Siddhanti is replying, Vachanasya akarakatvat. Vachanam. Vachanam means Shruti. Shruti Vachanam. Here we are referring to Shruti Vachanam and not the Vachanam of Purvapakshi. Vachanat syad. That is, according to the Shruti, it is possible. That is what Purvapakshi said. So then Siddhanti is saying, Vachanam never says like that. Vachanam means Shruti Vachanam never says. Vachanam does not change things. Vachanam will only explain things as they are. It will only illustrate, illumine things as they are. Vachana is Shruti. Shruti is not going to alter. It is not going to distort things and say. So that is what he says. Vachanasya akarakatvat. You have heard the word karanam, karakam. Shastram tu jnapakam na tu karakam. Do you recall it? We heard it in Gita Bhashyam. Gita Bhashya, Shastram tu Shastram na karakam apitu jnapakam. Jnapakam means Shastra only tells you. Jnapakam means it only reminds you. Jnapakam is actually that which reminds you is Jnapakam. That which does something is Karakam. Shastra is not going to create Brahma. It is not going to say, oh, okay, it is not going to tell something about Brahma which it is not, fact. Shastra will only tell factually. It is only saying, okay, this is this, you are that, Brahma is this. So that is what it says, Jnapakam. It is only reminder. It is only telling you what it is. Shamsati iti Shastram, isn't it? Only at a lower level, Shasti iti Shastram. At a lower level means a person who is not in this path of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, a person who is only still there at the level of ritual performance of duties, etc., etc. For him, Shastra means a different thing. Shastra means Shasti iti Shastram. Shasti means it dictates, you do this, you do that. Aharaha sandhyam upasita. It says, Aharaha sandhyam upasita. Every day, Aharaha, for every day you have to do this sandhya upasana. Or some other thing, udite juhoti, anudite juhoti, etc., etc. There are so many scriptural statements, you do this, etc. So that is Shastram, Shasti. It orders there for an ordinary man. But for an enlightened man, for a student of Vedanta, it does not do Shasti. It only says, oh, Brahma is this, you are like this, you think, you have got your mind, you have got your indriyas, this is the laboratory, this is the apparatus you have. And then you think about it. You think tapasa brahma vijñāsasva. It says, it never dictates. At the level of Upanishad, it never dictates. At the level of Dharma Shastra, it dictates. So that is what it is. Vachanasya akarakatvat. Vachana, Shruti Vachana or Shastram is something which is not going to distort and say things. Nahi vachanam vastunaha anyatha karane vyapriyate. Vyapriyate means that Vyapara means that function. It does not function in order to distort a thing. It does not function. Na vyapriyate. Vyapara, Vyapara means not business. Vyapara means activity. Function. Na vyapriyate means it does not function. It does not act in this way. What? It does not distort things. Vastunaha anyatha karanam. Vastu is there something. Anyatha karanam means it is telling something different. It is not like that. Kim tarhi, what then? Yatha bhuta artha vidyotane. Yatha bhuta, as it is. Artha vidyotane, to illustrate, to illumine the meaning, to illustrate, to clarify, to explain what the thing really is. Then, tasmad, antasharire ityetad vachanam, andasyantastvime iti vacha drashtavyam. Sorry, I missed that. Andasyantar vyoma iti vacha drashtavyam. You are right. Tasmad antasharire. So how to read this, understand this particular line? Therefore, antasharire, the particular expression in this body, how should it be understood? It has to be understood as andasyantar vyoma. This space which is there in the egg, the space which is there in the egg, in that manner you have to take. So space is very much there, but in this space, this anda also there is something which is there. So in that manner it has to be taken. This is again a hint for avachedavada. Again, Chaitanyam, when we say that Chaitanyam is there in the body, what is this? Sharira, this antahkarana avacchinnam Chaitanyam. We talk about Shuddha Chaitanyam is one, antahkarana avachinna Chaitanyam. Then what is this? Vishaya avachinna Chaitanyam. Then Vritti avachinna Chaitanyam. We talk about three types of Chaitanya. 1 second. We talk of three types of Chaitanya. That is, Vedanta Paribhasha, it explains this. One Chaitanyam, it appears in three different forms. When I see an object, there is a Chaitanya which is associated with this. Chaitanya which is associated with my antahkarana, my mind. And then the mind cognizing this, my mind say going to this, and then as though going to this and then knowing this, that is vritti, antahkarana vritti, that is vrityavachinna Chaitanya. So all these variations of the same Chaitanya. So that is what we see. So here, antahkarana avachinna Chaitanyam jivaha. So that is how it is avacheda. Then he is further explaining upalabdhi nimittatvacha.
Upalabdhi nimittatvacha.
So this is the nimittam, this is the karanam. Karanam or nimittam is, this is the sharira is the nimittam, sharira is the agency, let us say. It is not nimitta here in this particular case. We can't say it as cause effect, not that sense karanam. It is the nimitta, it is the thing where upalabdhi means where that atman, that particular purusha can be known. Like electricity, yes, source is also, you can use it. Like electricity can be seen only in a bulb or in a fan, in some gadget. Electricity cannot be seen as it is, it can be seen only in a gadget. So like that, this is the upalabdhi sthanam. It is the place. That is it. Upalabdhi nimittatvacha. Then darshana, shravana, manana, vijnanadi lingaihi.
Darshana, Shravana, Manana, Vijnanadi Lingaihi.
Antah sharire parichinna ivahi upalabhyate purushaha.
Antah sharire parichinna ivahi upalabhyate purushaha.
Upalabhyate cha.
Upalabhyate cha.
Ataha uchyate antah sharire swamya sa purusha iti.
Upalabhyate cha, antah uchyate.
What does it say? Upalabhyate?
Upalabhyate cha, antah uchyate. Antah uchyate.
Upalabhyate cha antaha. Okay, antaha is also okay. My book says ataha uchyate. Antah sharire somya sapurushaha iti. Okay. So then, how is this say purusha known? Upalabdhi sthanam it is said. This is the place or source, or this is the place, let us say. Or okay, source also we can use it, where this purusha is realized or realizable. Then how darshana, shravana, manana, vijnanadi lingaihi. What are the lingam? Lingam means indication. What are the indications? Darshanam is one indication. You are able to see. Shravana, you are able to hear. Manana, you are able to think. Adi, darshana, shravana, manana, adi. Lingai, vijnanadi. Vijnana, I know this, I know this. Vijnana, when you say vijnana in the context of a person, it refers to I. I know this, I know that ahankara, that ahanga, vijnanatma. Vijnanatma is the I, that is the karta. So vijnanadi lingaihi, by all these indications, antaha sharire parichinna ivahi upalabhyate purushaha. Purusha is known as though he is lodged in the body, as though encased in the body, as though enclosed in the body. So then upalabhyate cha antaha antaha. So he is there. Inside, it is there inside. Inside means inside the mind, in our vrittis, in our thinking, in our vritti rupa jnanam, etc., etc. So because of this, parichin uchyate antah sharire somya purusha iti. Therefore, the text says antah sharire, it is available. Like electricity is available in this lamp, electricity is available in this fan, etc. It is available in this body. Iti uchyate iti. Na punaha आकाशकारणः सन् कुण्डबदरवत् शरीरपरिच्छिन्नः इति मनसापि इच्छति वक्तुं मूढोऽपि किमुत प्रमाणभूता श्रुतिः मूढोऽपि न वक्तुम् इच्छति. Even a fool will not try to say that this thing which is this purusha which is the cause even for the akasha, that purusha which is the cause even for that akasha, even a fool will not say that that particular purusha is there in this particular body. What to talk of shruti? So that is what he says. Na punaha akasha karanas san. That this purusha which is akasha karanam is the karanam for the akasha itself. Kundabadaravat sharira parichinna iti. It is there in the sharira, like a kundabadaravat, berries in a pot, like that. Even a fool, manasapi ichhati vaktum, even he can't even think. Manasapi ichhati vaktum mudhopi. Mudhopi na vaktum shaknoti. Even a fool will not say that. Kimuta, what to talk of? Again, kaimutika nyayam. Kimuta, what to talk of? Pramana bhuta shruti. Shruti, which is the pramana. Shruti, which is the ultimate pramana. So that is what he says. Then, is there time?
Yes, sir.
We can, maybe we can continue in the next class. Or we will just read this one or two lines. Yasmin neta shodashakala prabhavanti ityuktam. mantra. Okay, your Avatarika is maybe it must have.
यस्मिन्नेता षोडशकलाः प्रभवन्ति
इत्युक्तं पुरुषविशेषणार्थं कलानां प्रभवः
पुरुषविशेषणार्थं कलानां प्रभवः
स च अन्यार्थोऽपि श्रुतः केन क्रमेण स्यात् इत्यतः इदमुच्यते. Okay, so now something has been told that 16 there are some kalah shodash kalah prabhavanti yasmin neta shodash kalah prabhavanti, that purusha in whom all these from whom all these shodash kalah prabhavanti etc. has been told. 16 kalas originate in him. So ityuktam purusha visheshanartham, that is in order to tell about that purusha, in order to explain about that purusha by what they are not actually there in that purusha, adhyaropa apavada nyayena. Purusha visheshanartham means in order to explain, in order to tell, in order to teach. For that purusha visheshanam, this notes he writes adhyaropa nyayena purusha bodhanarthamiti, he says. Adhyaropa nyayena, by attributing that particular thing to purusha only you can illustrate. Again the same case of electricity and bulb, like that adhyaropa, you have to do some adhyaropa. Without that you can't know that. So purusha visheshanartham, in order to tell about that purusha, kalanam prabhavaha uktaha, this origin of this kalas has been told. Sacha anyarthopi shrutaha. Anyarthaha, it is not, the purpose is not to tell about the kalas themselves. The purpose is not to tell about the kalas themselves, but to talk about that purusha. Anyarthaha. Anyarthaha means the purpose is not that. Purpose is not to describe all these things. The purpose is to tell about the purusha. Anyarthopi shrutaha. Even then, kena anyarthopi, even though it is like that, kena kramena syad ityataha idamuchyate. In what order they have coming? They have come. In what order they have emerged. In order to explain this, the next mantra is saying, Sa ikshan chakre kasmin vahamutkranta utkranto bhavishyami kasmin va pratisthite pratishthasyami iti. Sa ikshan chakre. Saha. Who is this Saha? Purusha. That Saha, Shodasakalah Purusha. Ikshan chakre. This Ikshati is a very big word in Vedanta. There is a big adhikarana in Brahma Sutras which is called Ikshati Adhikaranam. Ikshati. Ikshati is possible only in the case of some person who is there as a person, who is there, who is having a mind to think and all that. Supreme reality is there, that Brahman is not something which is like a person, not like a personal God who can think, who can do this, that, etc. You have said that this supreme consciousness, this Brahman is something which is above all these things. But at the same time, the Shruti uses the words like Iksha, Ikshati, Sa Ikshata, Sa Tadaikshata. In some other place also we have seen this Ikshati. And he Sa Ikshan Chakre, that means he saw. Then I will come to this in the next class, because this Ikshati Adhikaranam also I have to give a little bit of background. Then kasminnaham utkrante utkranto bhavishyami, that is kasmin utkrante aham utkranto bhavishyami. The anvaya is kasmin utkrante. In this body there are 7 kalas. There's not 7, there are so many kalas. In this body there are so many kalas. So I have to get out, I have to leave when one of them leaves. So when should I leave? At what point should I leave? Kasmin utkrante. When should I rise up? At what point? When something rises, when prana rises, should I leave? Or when indriya goes, should I leave? So this indriya prana samvada we have seen in the beginning, isn't it?
Yes.
So when indriya leaves, the chaitanyam doesn't leave. When some other indriya leaves, the chaitanyam does not leave. Only when the prana leaves, only it leaves. So like that, kasmin utkrante, when, in what condition or in what situation will I leave? Then kasmin va pratisthite pratishthasyami. So depending on which, this is a better thing, depending on which should I leave and depending on which should I stay. kasmin va pratisthite, depending on the presence of which, or dependence on the absence of which should I leave, and depending on the presence of which should I stay. We will see in the next class the bhashyam, because the bhashyam is also slightly there. It is not so small. There is some little bhashyam under that. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.